Hey everyone, so I'm going to show you guys how to do a Civil War hairstyle. This is the one I use if I'm working an event or going to a reenactment or living history program, whatever. And it's the first time I've done a video like this, so let's hope that it works out well and I can edit it well. So some of the tools you're going to need, a brush or a comb, and I'm just brushing my hair out because it's the first time I brushed it today. So there's a little bit of tangle in it, but I think this style works well for shoulder length hair. A little bit shorter than that, you're going to have some trouble getting your hair into a bun, but a little bit longer than that, and you may not need some of the superfluous things like the hair pieces that I'm talking about. So I'm going to just brush that out, pull it back up just for a second. Some of the things you're going to need, I get these at Sally. These are U pins. They're U-shaped bobby pins. They're called Premium Hair Pins by Metagrip. This is the package that you want. And it may be backwards because I'm filming this on my iPhone. But it comes in a pack with two different sizes, small and large. It's about $6 and change. You may want a few of the plastic tortoiseshell pins. You get 10 for about $3 at Sally. You may or may not, depending on the length of your hair, want half of a pack of the Yaki braid that they sell. So this, I can't remember what color I used. It's either 4 or 6. And the reason why I say half a pack is that depending on the length of your hair, it may just be too bulky and heavy. And by the end of the day, you may have a headache from trying to hold up this much hair. And you're just trying to supplement what you already have. You're not trying to make it look like this intensive, elaborate hairdo. But you do want that fullness at the back lower end of your neck, like they would have had in, back in the day. So what I do is I divide the pack in half, and I'll make 2 of these twists, and then I'll keep the other one for later. Because after a while, you can take the rubber band off the end. I use a dark rubber band since my hair is dark. But if you have a lighter color, like a red or a blonde, you may want to use the clear rubber bands. And I use the rubber because they grip, not a covered elastic, because that's going to just slide off. But you're going to use the rubber band on this because it makes, you have a stopping point. The pins will stay there. So when you get to the point of anchoring it, it's going to make more sense. But you have 2 anchor points here. And what I usually do is I'll twist it and put the rubber band on and then let it twist again. So you have what looks similar to a braid. Then you've got places to anchor it over here and places to anchor it over here. So this is what I end up putting on my head. You'll see that sometimes the loose hairs come out. I just snip them off as it happens. And then sometimes if I'm running late, then once my hair net is on, it holds those 2 or 3 flyaways in place. So the first thing I do is I'm going to part my hair down the middle, and I'm going to use my mirror, which is right in front of me, not my phone, so I can see better. And I'm only going to part it about until I get to the point where my ears are. And this may not be 100% perfect because I'm going to try to do it fast so I don't run out of memory on my phone. And the first thing I'm going to do is try to get a lot of the extra lumps and tangles out of these front bits, because I'm terrified when I do this of getting a comb caught once I have the back bits, the back part put into a bun. I'm just using a temporary little claw clip to hold this front part up. And this does not have to be super perfect because you're going to be draping it backwards anyway. So you just kind of get that much. And then half the time I can usually just, if I don't only have one clip, which it looks like that's what I have because, I have a cat that got missing. You can just use the same one to hold the front up. So all you're going to do is take your hair, make sure it's nice and smooth towards the back. And I'm going to use a hair elastic because my hair is clean and it's soft. And I don't think it's going to hold. But you don't have to have a hair elastic. I cut my hair a couple months ago and it's cut about 10 inches off. So I'm still getting used to how I need to do these styles. So here's the thing. It's going to be a really janky looking bun. Twist it, smooth it, use a little gel or pomade. I'm going to try to get it. This is where I will tend to use the plastic tortoiseshell because I really need them to get in there. And also, they're shorter than the U pins. So once you get these in, everything's pretty much going to stay in place. But I don't feel like the U pins work so well when you're trying to really get into this anchor. half of this is going to be covered up. So if it looks kind of bad, which it probably does, get my mirror out. Yeah, I mean, there's a little tail coming off. I did this in about 10 minutes on Sunday for an event, and I was rather proud of myself, but I'd also not washed my hair for 36 hours, so it made more sense. Okay, here's where your twisty bit will come in, your hair piece. I am saving up my own hair to make a wrap, but in the meantime, this is what I do. And I never wear one of these if I'm cooking around fire because it's just too dangerous, and also it's just too miserably hot. So you're going to want to cradle your bun, and you can kind of drape it out a little. Back when my hair was a little bit longer, it was much easier and much fuller. But you're going to take one of those U-pins and then just stick it up and in. And usually it'll take about 2 to 3 on each side. And you kind of just have to learn, play around with it, and you'll feel where they go. The trick with U-pins is to make a turn. You're going to make at least a 90-degree turn when you're putting them in. So you don't just stick them straight in half the time. You want to kind of lift up and stick in. But they do hold their shape pretty well. They'll get bent out of shape, but I mean, they're cheap. And if you always put them back where they go in their little container, then they're easy to keep up with. But bobby pins will not hold this, which is why I use U-pins. So that's what we have so far. Nice, full, low. I mean, I could have, you can see I could have combed my hair better up here, but that's something that when you are really ready to style this, you will be able to do so. I'll show you the pomade I use. It's in the other room, actually. Let me grab that. You can't go wrong with a good jar of Murray's. Murray's is extremely cheap. Again, I get it at Sally's. It's about $2 for a jar. And what I like about it is that there's not a lot of modern ingredients in it. The only ingredients are petroleum jelly, basically, mineral oil, and fragrance. So you're looking at a very historically acceptable material, and it really does smooth down your flyaways, which is what you're going to want to focus on right here. So all I'm doing is I'm taking those front pieces and I'm really smoothing down. I have this weird layer in my hair where I was trying to have an asymmetrical hairstyle, and it didn't quite work out, and so I went and had it leveled out, but I kept the front ends a little long, mainly for this purpose, because otherwise they would not be long enough to really be able to twist up. But you can see the pomade's helping keep it in place. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to drape this twist, and I twist it away from my face, drape it up and over, and then if it's long enough, you can sometimes get it up underneath. This is probably the only place you're going to need a bobby pin, only because they're so, these little tails are so small that a U-pin is probably not going to hold it. Sometimes I can just rest them on top and anchor them with a U-pin there, but I'm trying to really smooth it down. On Sunday, I had a little bit of some hair sticking out. So, get the other side, pomade. Try to really smooth it. My hair is nice and clean, but I didn't condition it, but it's still like silky for some reason. And yet, has random flyaways. I have a little bit more hair on this side than I do the other, but it should be manageable to get it up and over. Sometimes you want to like loosen one side to get them to match. See if it's a little bit drapier on this side than it is on this side. It's probably because it's a little tighter. So what I do is I'll just, and it has to do with how much hair is wrapped up. But that's not too bad. This one doesn't feel like it's going to want to drape all the way up and over. So I'm going to pin it on the top and try to tuck those ends in. I have all kinds of bobby pins and hair pins, but I have found that the two best ones are the U-pins and the tortoiseshell, and occasionally a roller pin, which you can also get at Sally's for just a few bucks. In hindsight, I wish this side was a little higher than this one. I like the way this one looks better. I will usually, if I just am afraid to really tug and pull at it and have several flyaways, sometimes I'll just put a little spritz of hairspray on. But I find that sometimes the pomade helps to get those. But all you have left to do then is put a hairnet on and call it a day. So that did not take long at all. Right now we're at about 10 minutes. So it's kind of lengthy. I'm hoping I can upload it to YouTube. But this is what it looks like without the net. Here's the net. And voila, I'm done. Ready for an event. And I feel comfortable in this. It's not too heavy. It's not too hot. I have worn it in 100-degree heat for 8-10 hours and not felt like I was dying. So give it a try and let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.